Detective Rachel Meyers had seen it all: murders, disappearances, and everything in between. But nothing prepared her for the haunting case of Shadow Valley. It began with a distress call from the old Branson estate. The voice on the other end was trembling, filled with panic. "They're coming, the shadows, please hurry." Then silence. When Rachel arrived, the mansion stood eerily quiet, its windows dark. She pushed a heavy front door open and stepped inside, her flashlight cutting through the darkness. The air was thick with the smell of decay, and every creak of the floorboards seemed to echo endlessly. In the main hall, she found the first clue: a journal lying open on the floor. The entries spoke of strange figures seen in the valley at night, shadows that whispered and moved on their own. The last entry ended abruptly. "I see them outside. They know I can see them. If anyone finds this, they are no longer just shadows, ... Suddenly, the temperature in the room plummeted, and Rachel's breath became visible. She heard a soft, eerie whisper, almost like a chant. Turning quickly, her flashlight flickered, revealing fleeting, dark figures in the corners of the room. She tried to convince herself it was just her mind playing tricks, but then she saw them clearly: shadowy figures gliding across the walls, their movements synchronized, like a dance of darkness. They seemed to be drawn to her light, their forms growing larger, more defined as they approached. With no other option, Rachel made her way down the creaking stairs, the shadows whispering her name now, louder, more insistent. In the basement, she found it a small, intricately carved box. The journal had called it the light of dawn, the only thing capable of driving back the darkness. As she opened the box, a bright light filled the room, and the shadows shrieked, recoiling in pain. But something went wrong. The light began to dim, flickering like her flashlight. The shadows regrouped, angrier than before, surging toward her. Rachel realized too late that the box wasn't a weapon, it was a prison. And by opening it, she had released something far worse than shadows. The last thing she saw was a pair of gleaming red eyes emerging from the darkness, followed by the sound of the front door slamming shut. No one ever heard from Detective Rachel Meyers again. But on quiet nights, those who dare venture near the old Branson estate claim to hear whispers carried on the wind, calling for help, always just out of reach.